going to show you how to make posts for a cropped Doberman using bamboo skewers and athletic tape. The things that you're going to need are the bamboo skewers. These are the 10-inch ones. You're going to need C-fold towels or some sort of paper towel that you can use. Athletic tape, we use Kindle. I'll put that down in the description. In order to cut the bamboo skewers to the right size, I just use my nail trimmers for the dogs, but you do need something to cut them to size. You'll need the scissors, and then other things you'll need that we aren't going to use in this video are ear cleaner with cotton balls, and we use the adhesive remover wipes to clean off ears when we're done with the previous post before we post the next time. Then you let that dry and before you post. We're going to post Calypso, even though she's obviously past the point of needing to be posted. She's just going to be a good example for us. What I like to do is I take the top of my bamboo skewers and I actually measure her ear. You want to come here all the way down where you can see where this pocket is down here. You want to measure from the base of this to the tip of the dog's ear. And so what I do is I use my measurer here, and I'll actually make a cut in this so that the next week when I need to post again, I'll already have my measuring stick for how big I want the post to be. Okay, so I'm going to take the bamboo skewers and put them to the measuring cut I made on my thing here, and then I'm just going to cut them with my nail clippers. Watch out, sometimes they fly. Alright, I took the bamboo skewers and I cut them to what we measured. Because of the length of Calypso's crop, I was actually able to get both skewers out of one stick, so I only had to use 2 sticks in order to make 4 posts. So I did make 4 of these. For this post, we're going to use just the 2. So we're going to take one C-fold towel, lay it flat, use a second C-fold towel, and just lay them flat together. Okay, and then we're going to fold it over just to save on our rolling time. Take your bamboo skewers, and we're just going to roll them as tightly as we can down the length of the C-fold towel. When we get done, we're going to take our short piece of tape. Just get a short piece of your athletic tape to keep it tightly rolled. We're going to take a piece of tape that's just a little bit longer. Oh, sorry. First we need to cut this to the right length, just to the end of the bamboo skewers. Then we're going to take our tape, tear it in half, go across one way really tightly, go across the other way really tightly, just tuck it around, make all our ends in, do the same thing on the other end. Nice and tight. And then once we've got the ends nice and tight, take our roll of athletic tape, and we're just going to go around the end of this post. Go all the way around the end, one time, nice and tight, and then we're going to back wrap. Go backwards so that the sticky side of the tape is out. And we're going to do that down the whole length of the post. And just get it nice and tight. So the whole post, this whole post is sticky. When we get to the end, we're just gonna nice and tight. And we have our post ready. We've previously done our second post, so we're ready to post Calypso. So we are gonna grab her and be right back. Okay, the posting part is easier if you have someone that can hold their head still for you. You can do it without, but it's easier with. So we're gonna feel for this pocket in the back here. We don't wanna go into the ear canal, which is forward. We wanna use this pocket in the back. We're gonna use our sticky post and twist it down in there till we can feel it, until we can feel it deep in there, that it's all the way down. And then we're just gonna stretch the ear up here. We're not gonna pull too tight, we're just gonna make it stretch on there so that it's all sticky on the post. And then we're gonna use one of our pieces of tape and we're just gonna lay it gently around the top of the post so that it gets the tip of her ear to the post. We don't want to cut off blood supply, so we're just laying it very gently around. And then we actually need a longer piece than what I have there, maybe about 4 inches. We're going to start towards the back of the ear, and we're going to come around to the front so that this piece of ear leather, this flap of skin here, needs to lay back. We can't do tape that makes it come forward. It needs to lay backwards the natural way against the ear. So we're going to pull her ear upright, and then we're going to put our tape down in there and just cover the bottom of this post so it doesn't get dirt on it all week long. Hold her ear up there, will you? Thank you. Cover that so the sticky part doesn't get dirt all week. Hold her ear up straight. We're going to come around and just bring the tape around, and then you can squeeze it so it's nice and tight in there. And then all I do is I'll take an extra piece of tape and cover the sticky part so that it's not collecting dirt all week long. Just cover, and that's one ear done. So we're going to turn her face this way, and I just need a few more pieces of tape here. We're going to take this other post, get it down nice and tight in this pocket, make sure we can feel it down there, and then stretch your ear up on the post. My posts are a little long, so I can take the measuring that I did earlier and make a little notch or a little note that next week they can be a little shorter. They're good for this week, but they can be a little bit shorter when I did it the next week. We're just going to cover the tip of her ear, tip of the post. Make sure her ear stays stuck, and we're covering where the dirt's going to collect up there. And then again, we're going to come around this way so that this ear flap is laying back the natural way. You don't want to pull it forward. So we're going to cover the bottom of this post, lift her ear up, and just come around. Gently, and then you can squeeze. And then once again, we're just going to cover the remaining sticky part with tape so it doesn't collect dirt. Just like that. And then the last part we're going to do is going to be a bridge that's just going to hold these two straight and parallel to each other. So I'm going to take a long piece of tape and just come across here in the center. And I like to lay it on the back of their head just upside down so it doesn't stick to everything. We're just going to come around, we're going to have this held up tight, and we're just going to come around the whole ear meet at the back. Just push that down. Come across here, make sure they're parallel. Come across, go around, meet at the front. I actually need that tape to be a little longer. I want to cover that tape in the back so it doesn't collect dirt. We're just going to cover the tape in the back. Make sure it's not stuck to her head. And then just as an added measure for strength, we're going to take a piece and come around the center. And that just gives it a little extra strength. And then what we have is her ears parallel. She's still able to use her muscles. We want her to be able to use her muscles to move them around. This keeps them positioned correctly. If her ears start to tip in, what we'll do is put a popsicle stick in between here to make them go out. If they're out too far, we'll just make this shorter to bring them in. But at first, you just want them nice and parallel. And she'll stay like that for a week. After a week, we'll undo this. We'll get it undone, take the tape off, use the adhesive remover to get her ears clean, let them dry, and then repost her. And right now what we are going to do is show you how to unpost ears, which will be her favorite part today. The one thing you want to note is in which direction the hair grows on the ear. Her ear hair grows around in this direction from front to back. So when I remove tape, I'm going to go from front to back, and then she'll have less tape pulling on her ears. She'll have a bunch of hair that she's going to be getting ready to shed that comes off. You just want to not get as little out as possible so you're not pulling your hair. So I'm just going right here in the ditch between her ear and the post to cut that. Then I'm going to go up here in the ditch between and just be careful not to get her ear, just like that. This one's a little, I'm going to go around back just because the post is a little too tall. And we're going to pull it off in the direction the hair grows so that less hair comes off. We don't want her to have bald spots or sore spots. Go all the way around on that. We're going to pull the tape off of the top. And then we're able to get the post out of her ear. And that will be gross and stinky after a week, so you're going to want to throw it away quickly. Once again here, her hair is going to grow from front to back. So that's the direction we want to pull off tape. Go right here in the ditch. Make sure I don't get her ear. It's a little bit easier. My posts are too tall. We're just going to pull it off from front to back. Thank you. From front to back. And then just remove her ear gently from the tape. And then give her a treat. And if we were posting her again, we'd want to clean them and get the residue off and before we post her for another week.